one. Here we are. It's the marketing show. Woo! And Matt and Vandine and Sam. And so we pushed back an hour today. I had a meeting in central London with some people who are implementing self-care / social prescribing in their borough. And I was having them try out the wiki for the NHS project. And yes, I mean, I had scheduled this meeting a while back and I should have attempted to reschedule the marketing meeting earlier. So my apologies for that confusion, but here we are now. What we usually do at the beginning of the marketing meeting is we try and make up a little list of critical things that we want to address in the meeting. I kind of worry that well, I don't know, maybe we need to work out a better process, but let's see how we get this, at least get down the things that we want to look at. Put the screen share on here. And put a little video up so you can see me at the same time. Woohoo! See me, man. This is my business. You know, don't usually wear a shirt when they go off and visit people in central London. I have to get the shirt on. And Laura's here. Hello, Laura. I hope you're well, Laura. We can't hear you at the moment. Hope you can hear us. We're just doing that getting warmed up bit where we check in with people about things that are on their minds. Matt, we start with you. You mentioned that you wanted to show a mock-up of the getting started page.
Yes.
Yeah. Anything else on your mind in terms of marketing or adventures or anything at all?
Well, I've got a block on the technical stuff on that, but I should hold it till later.
Oh yeah, or at least the end of the meeting.
I want to talk about, you know, GitHub markup and blah blah.
Right. Mm. Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how that would work.
Yeah, we can have a chat about that maybe after this.
Not a rush.
Sure, good stuff. Landine, I know you had a question about project dashboards that we can maybe discuss. Did you have any other questions or thoughts that you'd like to cover in the meeting?
Excuse me, I don't understand.
Oh, sorry. So you mentioned about a project dashboard in the marketing chat? In the Slack.
Marketing status update.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Talking about dashboard.
Yes. It's my question.
Yes, indeed. So, and maybe you already have, but we could talk some more. I'm wondering, do you have any other questions?
No, for the moment, no.
No, okay, that's no Laura, anything from your side?
Just from my side, I was playing around with some different CRM platforms. I'm just going to stick to HubSpot.
Mm-hmm.
We must just think about what what stages or filters we want in HubSpot. So I know that we'll have for like people who just signed up, people that are premium members, people that are premium plus. Who else? Maybe project managers.
Yes, mentors. Yes, indeed. Yeah. Good show. Yes, we can chat briefly about that. Yes. Anything else to add to that list?
No, not from me.
Okay, that's great. So I guess from here I'm doing, I don't know, let's just what have I got on the marketing side? A few things. I guess what I've been encouraging myself to do in the past is check in on previous action items. Just lose them completely. I guess I have this, I don't know, I'm kind of conflicted about Trello versus the ad hoc thing. I don't know if we can get a better process. But so we've got this action item for the newsletter. We've got 3 sections there. I guess the danger is that we haven't necessarily identified someone who's taking a lead on the main newsletter contents, but is it possibly Marufa who's taking the lead on that? I guess we discussed it last time, but we didn't maybe identify that. So
Yeah, I know normally it's Marufa that handles that. And sometimes with Federico.
yeah, who said he would be back around starting beginning this week. I guess I'm going to put in there. This is like for me to confirm who is taking lead on newsletter. So yeah, Lara, turns out you've reviewed your HubSpot things. We've got at some point looking at the marketing for NHS. I guess what I was thinking today is we need to get Google Analytics in there. That's just another thing, and sort of arrange this time to have a meeting about marketing for that. Marufa's on podcast research. Marufa is specifically saying she would take the lead on more funding requests. I sent her a lot of materials actually on that. I sort of exported all the different groups we could get from. So I did that. I get all that list. We've still got this thing there. Oh, Lara, did you manage to adjust that getting started table?
Sam, I didn't.
No problem. And that means I'll just add that into there. So we end up with these previous actions and then new action items.
Great.
Okay. So let's go in and just see. So Matt, you've been doing a mock-up of an alternate getting started page. Do you want to show that to us and we'll have a look?
Yeah, actually, maybe you could just bring it up.
Yeah, use the link. Yeah, sure.
There's a link right there.
The link is posted to me in Slack, is it? Slack. There we go. Using Balsamiq.
Yeah, and I added you as you've got an ID in there too. I don't think you need it to display.
Right. Did you invite me? Which email address did you invite me with?
Oh, Agile Ventures.
Okay.
I don't think you need the email to.
No, I mean going to that. I was clicking on that.
Oh, you clicked on that?
I clicked on that link and it's taken me to the login.
Oh.
So it might be faster if you just share your screen.
Share my screen.
Do I have a? It looks like I don't have a.
I invited you to it, but I invited the Agile Ventures.
Right, which I don't know that I have a. Well, I mean, I guess maybe then I would have my email to try and find. When did you invite me to it?
This morning at like 5 hours ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the invite at the moment. So yeah, let's go with you sharing your screen and we'll work that out separately.
Let's see. Okay, can you see it?
Yep.
Okay, so this is pretty basic. It's just kind of a basic version of the free code school.
Right.
Where there's a list on the left, and then in the middle would change depending on which link you're. I guess which one you're hovered over, maybe.
Oh, is that what you're thinking there? That as you
I'm not sure how the interaction would work exactly, but. Or you'd have to click a link here to change it, you know. But essentially, this would be all the instructions you have currently in this. You know, I was just trying to think of something simple. And there's our sponsors, so you got.
Yep.
I definitely think that could work. Well done, Matthew. I think what would happen if you had to click all of them at the same time? Or would it tell you to say you could only select one at a time?
You mean to complete them?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of them would be auto-completed by setting up your GitHub link. at first you'd have to click it, but at some point we would automate that so that as soon as you set it up, this would get checked automatically. But you should only check one at a time, I think.
Yeah, I think what we're discussing is how, in the first instance, like trying to do the simplest thing first, is we just have it so that the user could tick it off when they've done it, and it would be remembered by the system. I think, yeah, and the idea is that you would, yeah, probably adding a sort of a power feature to allow you to click multiple at the same time is maybe slightly out of scope there. Just to come back to we've got the ongoing. Interestingly, we a huge number of people join over the weekend. I mean, we've got just loads and loads of people joining the free membership, and it definitely feels like we're not particularly activating them. Maybe they're unactivatable, but yes, the idea is that we've got it set up so that when people log in, or when they sign up, they land on, they get, the first thing they see is the getting started page, and we hypothesize that if there was kind of a easy to read, clearer pathway that directed them through that, then that's what's motivating this design. I think that's great in principle. Matt, what I would say is that in general, when doing like design like that, is maybe do 2 or 3. Like, I mean, that's fine. And I think it makes a lot of sense to have kind of like limit the amount of text on screen at any one time. Because part of, I think, the problem with this is like you scroll down, it's like, oh my god, I got loads of stuff to do. Whereas if you can, show just one thing at a time, so that's it's, yeah.
I had other ideas I could just discuss. Like this could slide out from the left to the screen.
Right. Well, I guess go on.
Or this could take up the entire screen, and then you'd have to click. You'd have to click a link to get to the individual page for instructions.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like 2 other versions.
Yeah,
I kind of was excited to just start like demoing this basic one, and
sure.
I mean, a real HTML version of it.
Yeah. Or doing it in InVision, where you could just make it look real, or do the HTML. I mean, absolutely.
Yeah, clickable, if you think that's the best.
Well, I think it swings and roundabouts. What's the best thing to be doing? I mean, I sort of feel like we kind of need to do one of these design sprints where we kind of, really dig down and start testing things very quickly. The whole design sprint philosophy is all about, well, getting the kind of the level of the prototype, just at this facade where you can sort of get the input that you need from the users without actually having to spend all the engineering efforts to make something. Well, what I would say actually, having read this book, is you can get it on Kindle for like $10 or something. I would. I'm just saying, everybody read this book.
That Google Design Sprint book. Yeah, I'm busy reading it. It's
fantastic. Yeah. I think it. What we've been. It's ironically for that agile. The agile thing is this sequence of like 1, 2, 3, 4 here, where we keep building things and make little tweaks to them, and we keep showing it to the client, and so on and so on. But it is really expensive in terms of making it actually. It's great to have working software. Yeah.
But what do you think we should have a couple more designs?
Well, I guess the for me, the background in the UX is that, like, there's a wonderful course, if you ever chance to take it. This is what's his name, is Scott, Human User Interface Design, is saying how important it is to do multiple prototypes. In as much as his Coursera course, is it Scott Clemmer, that's his name. And he's got all of this research to show that if you just do a single thing, then that ends up restricting you later on. It's sort of, you want, if possible, to kind of diversify at the beginning of the process. Otherwise, you tend to get stuck in a rut. That said, I think what you've got there is absolutely fine, Matt. And you could certainly, one approach would be just to build something and do a pull request on website one, and we can iterate that in our usual fashion. And I'd be perfectly happy if you wanted to do that. I think rather than spend time in this meeting discussing the different options for the getting started page, I think if you've got those other ideas, to get those out in Balsamiq and let's see, 3 or 4 of them, or even with Balsamiq, you can set it up so that you can click through and you can sort of see the interaction process, or you can even make a video like you did for Redeemify showing how you'd imagine that interaction process to work.
Yeah, actually, I just real quickly, I even imagined that this was more like a window that could be scrollable.
Right.
Multiple steps, like in like you do when you take a course in edX.
Sure. I mean, and there's lots of possibilities. And so the idea with the design sprint is that you've got all these ideas, and the pros, and maybe we'll talk more about this in the meeting later today when we're talking about the future of Agile Ventures, is that you get all of those ideas out and you work out, and you do it not just one person doing it, but several of you putting minds together, and then you prototype one of those ideas very quickly, and you actually do some user testing with other people who are not invested in the process, so to speak. Like at the moment, Lara and I can kind of give you ideas and feedback when we just do this or that. The whole idea of this design sprint is to kind of before we put too much time into building a particular solution, let's kind of test it with, grab 5 people who just joined the site and try and get them to try and get their feedback on it, if that makes sense.
Okay. I mean, if I built something in Balsamiq, do you mean have them try Balsamiq?
Well, I think.
What do you mean?
No. In the design sprint, the idea is that you build something in Vision, or so that the user can kind of be fooled into, not fooled in a strong sense, but like they can actually respond to it as if it's the real thing. I mean, what I'd say is, grab this book and read it. I mean, it's not very long. I mean, it's sort of up to you. I would say potentially by reading this book, you could supercharge this process, or but if you fancy, this is a perfectly reasonable thing. You could just, and you would rather focus on the programming rather than reading the book and the bigger picture. Then you could do it as a PR on website one, and we can get some more input on it. I mean, it's sort of at the end of the day up to you. Go on.
Since I'm taking so many courses now, I think I'm more interested in you using your expertise, having read the book.
Okay. Well, maybe let's put a pin in that for now, and we'll talk more about this in this separate meeting later on that we're going to have. Yeah.
That sounds great.
Yeah. And in the meantime, I think it's even a simple prototype of just something that would be clickable. Like even if we've thrown up, like you could do a PR right of a page that had clicks on the side and what have you, just as a way of what's the word? Knocking ideas around. That's fine too. So,
okay, that gives me good. I can do that either in a real or in Balsamiq or in Vision.
Yeah.
Okay. I got it.
Or go the full way to the PR if you'd rather spend the time hitting HTML and Ruby code. I think it's what takes you fancy. You're doing it on a voluntary basis. It's what excites you the most. But so I think it's great that you're looking at this. I think we've kind of we've got this wonderful $10,000 grant from a month from Google that's bringing lots of users into our site, and a combination of this and let's maybe bring up Lara's CRM thing, because I think it's kind of like tracking and following up with those people. It's like getting them to have a good initial user experience and sort of being able to follow up with them. That's gonna maybe make the difference to us going forward. Should we go on to Lara? Yeah, so HubSpot, fantastic. I mean, I can make pipelines in there if we got an instance that I've got access to.
Yeah, I need to give you access. Sorry, I didn't do that this morning. I can't remember how. So
we'll leave that with new action. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that. But yeah, so let me just see here. Not a deal. So I'm having I'm having a brain freeze. Okay, where are we?
Did you want to show us something in HubSpot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we need to. Sorry, I've been playing around with so many different CRM programs, so I'm getting a bit confused as
No
to
worries.
what's what. So we've got. Okay, there we go. Deals. And let's just go back down here. And so we're not. So we're going to add a pipeline. So your pipeline is. We could add maybe. One would be from Facebook, one would be from AdWords, and then just one would be from just sort of coming from maybe a request or something like that. So, or from the website itself. So here we would just say signups, or sign up. Sign up. Sorry, let's do that. Then we would go. Are they now a premium member? And that would be maybe like at 80%. Then we would have. What would we have here? We would have a premium mob.
And the win probability means.
So, so they would both be wins, I suppose, because you're generating income from them. So that would be from your website. You could have.
Did we just lose audio from Lara there? I think your audio's breaking up, Lara. But yeah, this looks absolutely like the kind of thing that we want to be tracking.
Yeah, yeah. So, won or lost. So yeah, I mean we can do the different ones here, and then once we've got our pipelines up there, can you hear me better now?
It's okay at the moment. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So if we've got our website prospects here, then we can just edit. Sorry, no. Let me just go back here. So we can import our deals. So at the moment, I'm just going to say Lara or more Walters, and she came in. We might put in here
Craft Academy.
From Craft Academy or whatever So where am I? I'm a premium mob. So I'm paying £25 a month. I must just set that. Who was the salesperson? Where did it come from? Or who might be chatting to that?
Sure.
I don't have any contacts or anything as yet. And then we can just create that for now.
Yeah. Well, and that all makes perfect sense to me. Having used Pipedrive, I mean, it's transparent for me. Maybe a sort of a thing for others to get, but I think the key thing there is, like, if you can give myself and everybody else access to that, we can get do the data entry. I mean, I guess what we will want ultimately is for it to be hooked up so that when someone signs up, they're automatically added to the pipeline.
Yeah, so we need to just integrate that into the website, into.
Yep. Yep. Great.
So there is integrations over here. And I'll get you access. I must just remember how.
Sure. Cool.
And then we can also do email integrations. So if we're chatting to whoever, it will all be
right
into put it in here. Great. So so I'll give you access once I figure out how.
Cool.
And anybody else, I'll give you full admin rights, obviously, and then you can control it from there.
Great. Cool. All right. Well, that's there. We'll just move on then, unless anybody's got any other unless Blandine or Matt have got questions about HubSpot or how that works or anything.
Or, sorry, there's going to be tags or something to put on the pages that on the website one pages. Is that how it works?
Not
So this is not.
tags.
This is a separate system for us tracking, you know, all of our users to see like where they are, like in the different parts of the funnel that we've sometimes talked about. But so like,
Thought you mentioned something at the end about
integrations, but the integrations wouldn't be seen in Agile Ventures website. It would be that, so for example, say that somebody signs up for an account, a free account on Agile Ventures, their name and details would be automatically added to the CRM system. So we could then see them in there. And then if they signed up to premium, and they would see them move along. And the idea is sort of, you know, if we're having, it's supposed to be managing customer relations with the individual people. So if someone is emailing us and saying, "Oh, I'm thinking of I've got the free account, but I'm thinking of signing up to premium," in principle, members of our team could be replying to them and CCing the HubSpot, and then the record of all the interaction that we have with them is there. And so someone else comes along and said, "Oh, all right, this person already asked these questions," and so on. It's to try and, you know, help people can't get along the funnel to the point where they're, you know, providing us with income, basically.
We also have it for the what's the other website? You call it website 2, huh?
The non-profits, yeah.
The non-profits, yeah.
Yeah. But we can maybe we will get it set up with the different things and get some people in it, and then show it at a future marketing meeting, and it'll probably make more sense, I think. That.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on there to Blandine, you were asking about project dashboards.
Yes. I would like to know if there are project dashboard. I mean a dashboard with each project, and I don't know. We can try again project without activities. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I know what you're saying. The closest that we have at the moment is just the projects page. That these.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, so this has some information, like a little bit of an overview of how many members, you know, how many documents, and so on. But it's the way it's set up here is we now have it. So these are ordered by the projects that were most recently had code committed. So these projects here, website 1, I didn't mean to do that. Met Plus, Async Voter, Event Manager, Redeemify, they all had code added recently, if it's working properly. And then we just have the alphabetical, you know, active projects in this list over here on the left. And we do have another project to try and produce a more detailed dashboard, and that project is called Project Metrics. And we do have, I was trying to get access to it earlier on, and it's supposed to show, you know, better kinds of more activity and what's going on with all the projects. But it's not integrated, and I can't immediately find the password to get into it. It's kind of frustrating because we've put a lot of work into different parts of it, but I'm here. So Armando Fox, who's a professor at UC Berkeley, he has suggested this dashboard to see all the different project scope is what it's called. But he also wanted the password thing put in, and so I can't easily show. I've got some other project scope. I really want to kind of just show you a quick working version of it, but I can't pull it up. I think. But so, what, Blandine? Why were you asking about a project dashboard? Did you want to get some sort of information about projects?
No, but for me, it's easier to have with activities project And for example, if a project is without activity, maybe we can trust again to I don't know, to have more activity.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. Yes, I mean, and I think one of the problems we have is that there are some projects here that are not active, and we need well, I think some of them maybe need to be removed. We can now do that with individual things here, I guess. You know, we had some students that they put like pairing on a particular homework as a project, which is not really what projects are intended for. But so in principle, anybody who goes in and joins a project can edit the project status to say, you know, and particularly for somebody who created this like a long time ago, they didn't put any, you know, additional material in there. I think they were probably confused about how they, you know, what was the right way to start a pairing event, and they ended up using a project instead. So I can leave the project as well now. But you know, so you can see here back, several people did. Anyway, but so that is now removed from the current projects. So it would be very helpful if we had, you know, like a quick overview of which of these projects are being active, and then we'll be able to sort of shut down the inactive ones so that then people browsing here would see, you know, the active ones. So yeah, there's kind of an ongoing, but I think that's all we can show you immediately.
Yeah, also, Sam, I think Patrick would probably say something about projects are the lifeblood of, so it's important to have, you know, to manage them somehow.
Yeah.
Get them cycling in, and, you know, I don't know how we would do that, you know, like a getting started page for projects too, maybe things like that.
Yes. I mean, we kind of
have that, but, you know.
No, but we need, absolutely, there's sort of like where it seems that we're at with a lot of what's going on is, you know, we've got lots of people coming in, there's sort of people milling around doing this, that, and the other. Maybe nothing will ever make it have more quality projects coming out, but sort of what people want is they want to be able to browse the list of, here is good quality projects with people I can work with reliably, but in order to have those projects be created and for people to come in and find the right places, it seems like they need kind of scaffolding. Like if we're just saying, oh, go and chat to somebody in Slack, you know, it doesn't, that works sometimes for some of the more motivated people, but, you know, a lot of the other times it doesn't work. So yeah, absolutely.
Well, I know even just finding the Ruby project, you know, or any Java,
right?
You know, by technology would be nice.
Yeah. Which we've got a feature request for that, haven't we? So I mean, it's kind of a chicken and egg thing in some ways. If we could kind of get all these people are coming and looking at our site, if we could kind of get you know, more of them involved in developing the features that would allow more of them to get involved. So sort of chicken and egg thing that we get stuck on there. So yeah, well, actually, I've just got an example here of the dashboards. I've managed to log into one of them somehow, and this is a dashboard here that shows different kinds of activity in different Agile Ventures projects. You can see here. So we've got a number of different things like Project Scope, Website One, Local Support, Async Voter, SHF, Ostra, Met Plus, Redeemify, and we've got things here. Only one of them is on Pivotal Tracker. I mean, the interface is kind of, but it shows, you know, the GitHub reviews, it shows you who different people. If you mouse over here, you can see like the people who are talking the most. That's like sort of me and Aresh talking the most, Nancy Vota, and this may be a bit out of date. There's Susanna in there, Osra. You can see the different usernames. So it's frustrating because we've put a lot of work into making this available, but we're not leveraging it to kind of help the community. And this is sort of anyway. So there is a thing like this, and it would be great if we could set it up so that this was working and just visible to admins, and we could then and it was available for all the projects, and we could be identifying things. Anyway, there you go. Just wanted to show you that exists as well. And I can try and give you access to that if anybody's interested in it. So, going back to I just say on meeting times. So moving the Thursday meeting to Friday. Then I hope that's all right with everybody. And we'll kind of stick with 1 o'clock. This 1 p.m. UTC +1 or noon UTC. I just I'm so overwhelmed with the NHS projects. I need to be careful about moving things at the last minute. My apologies there. I guess we carry on with the existing meeting structure. I find it difficult to integrate Trello into the workflow. It's too intimidating. We do need to get it's funny because I don't know, it's the difficulty with the Trello. I don't know, it's different. I just find it easier to navigate like this kind of structure, and then I can just post it in Slack, and I get the feeling that it's more visible that way. I don't know if I'm deluding myself, if I should be forcing myself to use Trello more. I think it's a good tool otherwise.
I think Trello can just be used for if you think about something during the week,
right?
So you don't forget about it, and you can just let's just I'll go and have some lunch. The NHS project. Yeah, thanks so much to Lara for helping me with this CSS issue. But we now have here. Look, this is a page I can just show you here that was created by a completely new user in the usability testing session that I was doing. I'm so last minute that I set up a new way of creating accounts, and just after Lara got this working on this other system, I pulled it into the thing, and then I went into this usability thing with this group in London, and so I was able to show them the site branded correctly, and saw that it was able to work on their systems. It's clear there's still several usability issues, but that's for me to wrestle with. But yeah, I guess I've got to work out the we'll look at the marketing. Lara, I assume you're very busy this week with the new job. How's it all going? Yeah, the new job's been great. Lots of learning. We have a foosball in the office, which is quite cool. So we get to play foosball every now and again.
Cool.
But yeah, learning lots, enjoying it.
Great. Will you have time for a separate marketing meeting on the NHS thing this week, or should we push to other weeks?
I think just not tomorrow.
No. Well, maybe on Friday, perhaps.
Yeah, Friday's good.
Yeah. Let's see. We'll see what we can get with Move. Maybe we can even make that into the next marketing meeting. We'll see. Anyway, so that's kind of. I think that's kind of that. There's always so much more that we could talk about. I think I must go and have lunch. Because the particular importance for the meeting today, of course, is for Blandine, who's got lots of time available but is learning lots. Is there any other questions that you have, Blandine? Any other information we can provide?
No, for the moment, no.
All right, great. Okay, well, let's maybe wrap up there. I'll post this into the marketing thing, and we're sort of basically on top of things. Yeah. Okay, great. Well, then I guess I'll mention we're also having there was this big discussion in the AV community talk about the sustainability and future and so on. So we're having a meeting. It's going to be in a few hours from now. I think it must be 5:45 p.m. my time, UTC +1. So that might be interesting for those who are available to attend. But I think we'll also record it. So we'll talk more about design sprints and trying to work out what the right way is to evolve the community going forward.
Great.
All right, thanks guys. I'll say bye for now. Catch up with you in a bit.
Yeah. Are you going to be at the next scrum?
Yes, I'm here now in the house, and I will start the next scrum. So,
Great. See you then.
all right, thanks. Bye for now.
Bye.
Ciao.